Hey, Tony. Yeah. We got to do an episode, dude.
Okay. Right there.
Hey, everybody that watches the show. We really like you guys. We also noticed that 60% of you that really like the show don't subscribe to the show.
And we're here. We're still going to be here next week.
It's kind of the job. If you subscribe...
That's it. That's, yes. Don't be a lurker. Don't just watch from the shadows. Like, just get in there. And so you're going to get an alert for our next show, which you're probably going to like.
And you can win stuff if you
can win
subscribe.
stuff, too. So
free stuff.
We're trying to get to 200K subscribers this summer, please.
Come
like
on.
And subscribe.
Synergize with us.
And describe.
I think that's where we blew
Get
it.
engaged. What? That's where we blew it?
We said describe, and everyone was like, I don't even know how to do that. It's because it's not a thing.
Like, subscribe, describe.
Subscribe. Like it. You finger. Just use your finger. If you don't have a finger, use your nose. If you don't have a nose, headbutt it.
There. That's your challenge. Headbutt the subscribe button.
Like, don't headbutt stuff. You'll end up talking like me.
Dude, what's happening?
Bro, total.
How's it? We're off the heels of Vert Alert.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm still a bit raspy from altitude. I don't like altitude. Like, that's official for me.
Yeah, I was on the ramp. Someone said, like, oh, the ramp feels different. I go, no, it's just because we can't breathe.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, I had some food things happen to me on the weekend, and that didn't help because I'm new to my diet. Not that, it's 3 months now, I think. But it's been easy. Like, I don't cheat. I don't have to. I did a comedy tour recently, and I went to Whole Foods, and I got a bunch of grass-fed beef jerky and some fruit, and I was in one hotel room, and I had my stuff, and I ate, and I was fine. This time, I was like, you're allowed eggs. I know I'm allowed eggs. I was like, I've got avocados. I got bananas. I'll just get a scrambled egg and eat those and go to the ramp, do my job. I eat the eggs, I get to the ramp, and I'm like, man, I don't feel that great. What could it possibly be? And I think altitude and whatever they cook the eggs in. Dude, my stomach was swollen.
Distended.
The whole weekend.
Wow.
Like, the whole weekend, I was like, man, what? I just feel like I need to take the world's...
A couple people got altitude sickness.
Okay.
Like they had enough they couldn't skate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better because I felt like I needed to do... Like, I wish I was in a fart contest because I could just do, like, the...
Should we add that to the best trick next time?
Well, I'd be...
You would have won.
I'd be a good chance I would be victorious because, man, I just needed to fart so bad. It was insane. Like, I had these farts where I was just like... I'm so glad I don't know anybody and I don't have...
I don't know anybody.
I don't have like a relationship. So I'd be like, you got to go. Like, seriously, if someone was there, I'd be like, look, I like
this
you.
was fun.
And I know you like me. And it's not going to stay.
We had a good run.
Yeah, I've got to go. I can't go to the bathroom in a hotel room and fart in the bathroom if you're in the bedroom because it's these kind of farts... Like, the room next to me heard it. Like, I'm
But if you
destroying.
when you were in a relationship, would you go in the room bathroom? If you knew you were gonna blow it up?
Well, no, there were times where have I farted in front of my significant other? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about if you're gonna blow up a bathroom.
Oh, I definitely don't want anyone to listen.
I don't mean listen, like just as a courtesy. I go to the lobby bathroom.
I go to as far away as possible. Yeah. Like if I need to blow up and I'm at someone else's house, I'll shit my pants first.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
I'm not doing it. Right. Yeah. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, one time I was in a room with Bucky Lassick and he was like, "Dude, you gotta sit. You gotta hear this." And I'm like, "What?" Like, shut up,
Oh, in
dude.
the same bathroom?
Yeah, he wanted,
Stall, like
he
a
wanted me
different
to like to be a part of it, and I was like, leave me alone.
want to have
He's like, dude,
separation.
it's not. You won't even believe it. I'm like, I don't care. Like, stop talking to me, dude. What are you doing? And he could tell. He just didn't. He was like, you'd be blown away. And I'm like, I am blown away. I am.
That you're talking.
That you're
about it.
talking to me while shitting, you gross animal. So offended by him. And I was like, you grew up in a different way.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm against
No, my
it.
mom was always like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was always shameful.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't remember my mom.
But I just mean like that's what I grew up with, so that was my example.
Right. My mum used to fart and she'd be like, there's a frog in the house. And I'd be like, that's not even what a frog would sound like. What do you mean frog? Like, get another animal to
something
use.
else.
Yeah, like they go rid of, like you just went, like, did you just pop a frog? Because I don't understand how a frog and your
I got in
ass.
the house and I stepped on it
Yeah, yeah, like.
and added sounds to it.
Yeah, and I stood up and went. Because what the fuck are we doing? And it was just like her little joke. I don't know why.
Speaking of Bucky,
Yeah.
so Friday night was the Legends demo,
Yeah.
which was amazing.
Yep.
Sandro,
Yeah, man.
I mean everyone was Rune.
Nah, Ja.
Rune and Bucky
Yeah.
could just be in the pro contest.
I know. I like Rune because I skated with him a couple days before it, and then in the Legends demo, he dropped in where he turbocharged himself.
Yeah.
Like he does a little thing where he kind of lifts his nose up before he drops in
Yeah.
and gets way more speed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, we're going.
Yeah.
Like Rune was like, I'm going. Like I'm
Nitro.
yeah, like he really started to put in a lot of effort, and I was like, hell yeah, dude! Like 10 times higher in the Legends demo than when we were skating the other day.
It was sick.
Yeah, very impressive.
And then obviously the contest itself. I honestly the women's finals was to me one of the most exciting things that's happened in a long time at any vert event.
Yeah, I'm
they
so
were
impressed by all the girls these
The
days.
level of skating. I mean, when did fakey fives become a normal thing for anyone?
I know, right?
And like half of the girls are doing it.
Yeah, like a hand plant, not the greatest hand plant in the world, into a fakie to fakie five, and I'm like, I missed my
pretty amazing.
pocket. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
There's a girl in the contest that her last name was Ellis, and then Dave Swift just told me she's from Melbourne, Australia.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's not my kid, you know. Weird though,
As far
right?
as you know.
Right, fair. But yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Does she do body jars?
That would have been a tell.
That would've been- yeah, that's a tell.
Just, wow, I just hear this giant.
Oh, hi, hello. Can you give me your exact birth date?
It still wouldn't help me. He's serious. I don't know what the hell. I'd just be like, yeah, fair enough. Okay. How much money does your mum want?
Good job.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You got this far.
I'd be kind of pumped. Like, I'd be a little bit sad because I didn't grow up with her.
Right.
But just to know that I had a daughter that did really good body jars. Like, Devin, if you ever watch this podcast, like, man, do a body jar for Dad, you know? Crack one. Be like, I'd be so.
That's still like that. That trick in itself is still such a great. It's kind of a great divide.
Yeah.
Of vert skating. They're still like the gnarliest vert skaters, and they cannot do body.
Yeah.
jars. I
It's
will say, Guy with his backslided tail, I was pretty hyped on that.
Yeah, and you should
Big
be because
one.
you know who it looked like.
He did a big one.
It looked like you.
Yeah, I didn't know him that big back in the day, but
I feel like those were because he got taller again too.
Yeah.
and he's starting to be lanky like
it's
you.
funny seeing him. So he's taller, but he can still ball up and do
Yeah.
all the spins and
Yeah.
stuff. But it's funny because when you see that and you see all the little kids like Emma and Al who can spin 900s and do all this stuff, you're like, what happens when they get bigger? And it's like, well, you guys look at Guy. That's
Yeah.
what happens when you get bigger.
Yeah.
You may still be able to do that stuff, but it just looks different.
Yeah, just stay lean. Don't get too bulky.
Stay lean, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep that squat alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you start to get a little bulky, squats start to leave.
Yeah. That was pretty amazing.
But yeah, I thought like some of those girls that do stuff where they look like Christian Hosoi or
Yeah.
one girl that
Asahi.
Juno does rock and rolls. And
Oh, how's the saw you with Body Very
Benny Hunter.
Benny
You
Hunter.
both of us
Yeah.
went, because I'm on the mic and I'm like, wait, what? And I look at you and you're like,
Yeah.
we're both like, hey, that so natural.
Yeah.
Like it was such a
It looked like that's how it should be done.
yeah.
Like,
I'm like,
Benihana's
dude,
are
why
over
is
it.
it?
That's the new thing.
Like Lester just blew it. Like that was
Yeah.
yours, Lester.
Yeah,
You
it
could have
was
had
so
that.
Great.
So amazing. And then like all the backside Smith grinds and all the Smith grinds done in a way where I'm like, I approve. You know what I mean? And I'm talking like I'm cutthroat, son. Like I'll be like, do not do that again. But all of those, I was like, yep, you are okay with me. You go ahead and do those all you want. Amazing skateboarding.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I was struggling, but it was fun.
yeah. I missed your slam. Ugh. Good one, huh? 2 slams in one.
Yeah. Yes.
Like you slam.
Oh, here, actually, it's still here. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, no.
Lucky me. That's what I get.
I think that's funny as shit.
No, what happened was I had been,
You ate shit. So.
dude, it's so lame. I had been traveling nonstop. I mean, this is my story leading up to it, but I've been traveling nonstop, doing speaking gigs, honestly, and the schedule was just super tight. And then my flights, I swear, no flights work for me in the last week.
I think that might be
Every
everybody.
flight that I've been on has been at least 2 to 6 hours late.
Dude, 6 hours late.
My flight to Salt Lake City was 6 hours late. Like I could have taken off from my house and driven there faster than what it took me to fly.
Dude.
But anyway, wham. So just I'm running on no sleep. We get there and go straight from the airport to the venue because the venue is going to close. Like we only have so much time to practice, so I only have this hour window. So like Kathy and I, we haven't eaten. I've been on 3 flights, and I get to the ramp and I felt crazy. Like I felt like it was a foreign place.
Yeah, and it's altitude.
The altitude too, but I couldn't get my body working right.
Yeah.
And then I finally was like trying to do some basic stuff. I started to snap out of it a little bit, and then Frazier and I started talking about like tricks that we want to bring back.
Yeah.
And he started talking about this one that I was considering doing again. And I was like, man, I should just do that. Like in my mind, that'll distract me from how frustrated I am with my regular skating.
Yeah.
I just try to bring back this other trick. And I have to set up fakie for it, right?
Yeah.
Like air to fakie. And I just couldn't get my body working the right way. And that grab I have issues with and whatever. And so I kept bailing airs to fakie. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I can't even make. So finally I make an air to fakie. And I'm still like recovering as I'm coming across the flat, trying to get ready for this other trick, and then I get wheel bite.
Wheel bite, like you were trying to adjust to the point where your wheel hit your board.
Yeah,
across the flat.
Across the flat. So then my board washes out. I slam into the wall, but while I'm on my way up, so I slam into the wall going up, and because of my angle, I fell into the gap.
Oh wow!
So I slam into the wall, and it was full Ricky Bobby. Like, wait, I'm still in the air. This ain't no good. Like, why am I flying around? And then all of a sudden, then I hit the ground.
On the same side?
Same side. And I was like in that moment, and you know when you do something like that, you take assessment right away. Like, is this that bad? And I knew in my head, like, it's not that bad,
but it's pretty bad.
But it's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm just like, great. Now I got like my first thought was not like, well, poor me, I got hurt. I was like, now I got to push through this.
Yeah.
To do a demo tomorrow night.
Demo's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be the lamest.
Yeah, that was like that butt slam I took the other day where like I did the same thing when I hit the ground. I was like, oh, I have to stay down for a second.
Yeah.
Because that's a sensation that feels like we're hurt.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no bone. It's just muscle.
Right.
And I'm like, there's a lot of pain. And then you came over because you were like, dude, are you okay? Because that was a pretty good slam. And I'm like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
But if I had been tomorrow, you're in the demo, I would have been so dark because I'd be like, because when I woke up the next day, I was rat shit. Like my butt.
I was the entire day, like that night, it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
And then the entire day, every like 30 minutes, I would take assessment. Like, can I really do this?
Yeah.
And I would like jump on my board, do an ollie or do a kickflip. And like,
And the pain.
yeah, but it was
doing the ollie.
like, but I knew that, okay, I can do that.
Right.
It's going to be okay. And then on like my first run, I was just kind of warm for the demo. So for my first one, I'm just kind of warming up. And then my second one, I started to get into it a little bit. And I realized like, oh, that hurts. That hurts. Like I did back lip and it felt like my body was twisting too far.
Yeah.
And then I was like, at some point I realized this is going to really suck, but you're going to have to just wince and push through it.
I mean, you're hemorrhaging, dude.
Well, that didn't start like that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that
But
just
that
because you
didn't start
weren't
until I
purple
got
that
home.
day doesn't mean that you weren't bleeding already.
Oh yeah, no, it sucked. And now a word from our sponsors.
This podcast is brought to you by Nutrafol, a company that existed before I knew about it, hence my head. Take it away, Tony.
Did you know that 80% of men will experience hair thinning in their lifetime? It's normal, but it doesn't have to be your fate. Get ahead of it with Nutrafol, a clinically tested hair growth supplement for men.
Nutrafol
Get
is
ahead of it, get it?
I don't want to
okay.
stop playing with those kind of jokes around me, all right?
Sorry.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding.
Nutrafol clinically tests final formulations to ensure their efficacy. In a clinical study, 84% of men showed improvement in their hair after 6 months of taking Nutrafol men's hair growth supplements.
Take their hair wellness quiz on Nutrafol.com/men for a personalized hair health plan based on your specific root causes.
Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter the promo code HawkWolf.
Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and hair stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, and enter the promo code HawkWolf. That's Nutrafol.com/men, promo code HawkWolf.
Jason, what are your favorite foods for summer grilling?
Bread.
Just bread?
Yeah, I like to toast bread and then put bread in the middle of the bread and then eat all the bread.
I mean, I like traditional summer foods, barbecue,
Yeah, you're
hot
old
dogs,
school.
hamburgers,
Hamburgers, hot dogs.
Yeah. But
I get it, dude.
with Hero Bread.
Hero bread.
Hero Bread reinvented the bread and buns that make summer great.
Like the wheel, but better.
Fluffy, delicious flavor and texture with no net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and fewer calories.
I love fluffy things.
Me too.
Cool.
Maybe not as much as you, but
That's fair.
fluffy bread. Actually, you know what? Fluffy bread. That's where we.
Fluffy for life.
You know that meme where it's like 2 things that meet? Fluffy bread.
For life.
That's it, for life. Yeah, exactly. Now you can try their sweet, melt-in-your-mouth Hawaiian rolls for guilt-free summer sliders. Dude, Hawaiian roll sliders?
I ate the bread with meat because I eat meat. I like burgers.
Obviously, Hero Bread is better than less healthy bread products, but also
Tastes like bread.
but it's super fluffy. It is surprising that it's healthier because you taste it and you're like, oh, glutinous maximus, but it's not.
It's like I can't believe it's bread.
Keep the carbs out of summer without compromising flavor with Hero Bread. Get 10% off your order at hero.co and use code HAWK at checkout. That's HAWK at hero.co. HAWK.
Yeah, nah, I caught that. Back to the show. Yeah, bleeding internally and like doing physical stuff, it's like a thing that we're used to, but some of you might not have tried it. It's not cool. It's like
And I had all these, I wasn't planning to do big stuff, but
you were going to go.
There were things where I was like, oh, maybe I'll try that.
Yeah.
If it's a demo time, I'll get into it. And then the whole time of the demo, I was like, just make it through. And then Andy and I came up with this pretty complicated doubles routine.
Yeah, saw that.
That's a lot of walls.
Yeah.
And so the entire time I'm skating, I'm thinking, you still haven't done doubles.
Right.
Like, you still have to get to that.
Yeah.
And so at some
And that's
point,
a lot of walls too.
it's a lot of walls. And so usually we'll do that at the end.
Yeah.
And we're like maybe a little over halfway into the demo. I'm like, Andy, you want to?
Yeah.
Like, what, now?
Because you were like, I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah. like right now he's like, yeah, let me try a couple things first. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
And then we drop in and he bails on like
Yes.
the fourth wall.
I laughed.
But it was more because he wasn't ready
Yeah.
to throw it down that time.
Yeah.
And so the entire time there's one There's one air that I do in our routine that sets me up to go over him, and it's really late in the routine.
Yeah.
And I don't generally worry about that stuff. That was the only thing on my mind.
Right.
Was
Because you
that
don't have the
one
power that you
set up
usually
there?
have.
Yeah. So like everything else was mechanical.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, back lip. Okay. Tail slide. Yep. Got this. Sure. Over the channel. Whatever. And then it was like, here it comes. Here it comes. Get a good landing. And then it was like good enough.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Yeah. That was all I needed.
Yeah. I thought that was, it was a weird thing to watch. Like Steve Caballero, I'm like, what's he going to do? Because the pressure's on, you know, like, and I'm amping you up. And
Oh,
it's
frontside
like,
invert, you mean?
Yeah. Like I thought he was going to do Caballero.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, are you going to do something? Like, what are we going to do here? Because you got to do something. Like you're cruising around, but like, you got to do something. People know who you are, man. They're excited about it. You're not going to get away with it, you know? Like you're going to have to do.
Sick.
Yeah. It's such a cool thing to see somebody who's been doing it for that long and like, you know, that old. And I'm like, yeah, you still ride moto.
Yeah.
Like you're such a crazy person.
Yeah.
But when you talk to him, he's just so common sense. Like, man, you know, you should do this. That's a good idea. And I'm like, yeah, no, you seem pretty wise. You know, like I would take your advice. And like, you ride motocross. Like you're an idiot. You know, like you're out of your mind.
But also, I mean, with Cab, when he skates, he says, you know, oh, I can't grab on the side anymore. I can't do that. And then he just whacks it into like the full upside down frontside invert. That's such a signature style too, where like, how do you grab that and put your hand down?
Dude,
it's amazing.
You just triggered. There's a video that came with the Jason Ellis Pro model, my first power board, where it's VHS tape, and it came with the board, and I filmed the video part for it.
Do you see what he's doing? I'm gonna have to go find.
It's okay. It's on.
clip.
It's on YouTube. Somebody sent it to me.
All right.
But I'm watching it. This guy sends it to me on Instagram, and it's me doing a frontside invert.
Oh wow.
And I go, they put the wrong guy in my own video part.
You thought it wasn't you?
Because I don't remember ever doing it. I'm like, I can't do frontside inverts. I've done a couple, but I always thought I won't do inside the arm ones. Like if I do that, then I won't do them. Right. And I was under the impression that that's how I do them, so that's why I don't do them. This one's over the arm. And I'm like, nah. Play it again. I'm like, oh, that is me. And I'm like, I don't.
That's pretty amazing.
It's the Volcom ramp or the ramp that's in Long Beach or whatever. Like I was like, well, I did live there for a while, and then all of a sudden I'm like, because at the very start of it, I've got a beach cruiser, and I remember it was my first I had money. And I bought a beach cruiser, and it was like me, like, yeah, a brand new beach cruiser. You know what I mean? Like $300. Like, I give a shit, man. I'm loaded. And I'm doing a wheelie on Ellis Street because there's a street called Ellis in that area, like Huntington Beach area. And I'm like, yeah, this all adds up. Like that's me. Like, and then I remembered that I had a girlfriend. She was a stripper, and she had a stripper friend staying with us. And
which one? Oh, sorry.
Nighttime ballerina.
Okay, man. Hey, enjoy yourself. So they go to. Oh my God! Fuck you, dude! I swear. It was a long-time girlfriend. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe the
Was
next
there
one
more
was
than
a
one?
stripper too. Okay, all right,
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
a
all
whore.
right.
You got me.
I said what I said.
They go to the tanning beds, and they go tanning beds. They're really cool. Like I'm super tan, blah blah blah. And I'm like, tanning bed. Like, what is that? Because I didn't know what it. Didn't pay attention to that. And they were, dancers that liked being really tan. And I'm like, we're in California. Like, who needs to go to a tanning bed? Like, just go to the beach. And they're like, no, these things really get you tan. You should go. And I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Because I'm a sucker for pretty girls telling me to do stuff. So I go, and they go, you get fully nude in it. And I was like,
Isn't that the reason for no tan lines? Isn't that like...
I guess, yeah. Good point. Okay, they're making sense. They got their reasons. Yeah, okay. I am not a professional dancer. Like, I don't dance in the naked.
Don't sell yourself short.
Thank you. Appreciate Man, you get him. You're having a good day. I like it. Enjoy. So I'm one of those guys back then where I wore shorts, like board shorts, I don't expose my buttocks to the sun ever. I never have. At this date, my butt has never seen the sun. And they go, you put the oil on and you get in with the little goggles on and, it's fun. We'll go with you. And I'm like, okay. So I get all the thing and they lube me up, put it all over me. And I get in this thing and they're like, you listen to music or whatever and have a good time. And I'm like, okay. And I'm in it and I'm like, man, it's kind of hot. It's kind of bored, but whatever. I'm thinking, they're naked right next to me. That's kind of cool. So I go in there, do it. No harm, no foul. I get out there and I'm like, I do feel kind of tingly. It's like because of the cream that they put on me. It was like extra burny cream or some stuff. I'm like, man, I do feel kind of burnt, like a little bit burnt. The next day, I wake up and I'm burnt. I'm sunburnt, but my butt has grill marks from like the strobe lights.
Yeah.
My butt looks like
you sat on a grill.
like Burger King patty.
You got barbecued,
dude. I have burger meat butt.
Wow.
And
it must be like 3rd-degree burns then.
It lasted months. I had like the striped scarring on my butt cheeks, all inspired by watching me do this little skid and wheelie on a beach.
How
cruiser.
did we get from a frontside invert to that?
Because the video was Huntington Beach, and I remembered my Huntington Beach life.
Okay.
I also had no food. I had a barbecue. I bought a barbecue because this is Jake Brown was staying with me at one point, and he just slept in the living room on the ground. But I had a barbecue, little barbecue, little one, and I would cook hot dogs in the that's how we ate.
Yeah.
Sure. And I remember
so you couldn't afford good food, but you could afford to go to the tanning salon.
Well, I was living with a dancer that made money.
She could afford it.
So I lived through her kind of.
Yeah.
But I remember buying plates, like 4 plates. And I'd never bought plates. Like I went to a place where you get plates and forks and I was like, put it in the drawer. Like, look at that, man. You guys want a hot dog? I'll put it on a plate. Put it on a plate.
I live in Marge.
Had like 4 cups.
I remember buying plates.
Right? And I felt so grown up.
At May Company.
At what?
May Company.
Ooh, what's that?
That was a department store here.
Right. Yeah, I don't know where I went, but
when I became a homeowner, I bought plates.
Ooh, okay, that's a big deal. Yeah, but a Barbie was because I was still Australian.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I was like, you got an oven. I was like, I don't know how to use that.
We got a
Barbie. I know how to use that.
Yeah,
yeah,
and hot dogs.
Yeah, I think it was like coals too. Like I had the hot coals. Like not even like I had to do like old school Barbie. But the frontside invert was a good one. It was a good one, dude. And I was like, no way, you did one, dude, in your life. Like, and I've always written myself off with that particular trick. I was like, yeah, it's just one of those things I could never do.
Did you see at that event when we were winding down at the Legends event anyway? So Andy and I did our doubles thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I was done. Like that, everything was leading up to that moment. I was like, oh, I'm released. Whew. Started taking my pads off. I got just out of my knee pads and my shoes, and Andy's like, you want to do triples with Sandro? I was like, oh, no. I don't. I'm so tired.
No.
Like I'm so, that was everything I had. I put it all out there, right? Yeah. And so he gets Bucky to do it, and I'll show the video to explain it, but basically, when we do these triples, Sandro is always he's always on top.
Yeah,
I know exactly where to time it when Sandro's on my setup wall to drop in, so that I go right under him, but really close to him, and give Andy plenty of room to go under me.
Yeah,
there's some nuance to it, and I'm watching them do it. So Andy now is in the middle, and so he triggers the timing.
Okay,
he goes late.
So he's close to Bucky because Sandro
he
was
goes
miles
late,
away.
but also he goes late, and that makes Bucky go late, which puts Sandro at risk.
Right.
Because now Sandro's going to come down and not see
those guys
the
are
path clear.
Yeah.
He's going to see people right under, like coming at him. But I watched Sandro. I was like, oh no. And then Bucky just went, did his thing like he should, but Andy had to cut it low to get. Oh
wow.
So if you watch it, he definitely hits Bucky's helmet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Oh, you can always count on Sandro for being extra high in the air because
I asked him. I go, Sandro, you look different. He goes, as long as the landing's clear, it's okay.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, we came a little later, but I make it.
It
I always
doesn't make a difference when because
No,
he
he
was
just makes it.
he was so much higher than both of them.
He did it. He did a Narjar,
I know.
and
That's so amazing.
I was like, man, when's the last time you did that? He goes, oh, at this event 3 years ago.
what the fuck? First try,
He just
made
saves
it.
him for Vert Alert. Yeah,
Dude.
First try. Well, I mean, that's the kind of trick you can't really.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, there's no point.
It doesn't
posing
take a bunch of tries. If you
Right.
can do it, you do it.
If you're around, you know to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seems safe. Like it seemed like it wasn't sketchy or. Like
Oh,
it looked
no.
like he'd done
No.
it, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was impressed by everybody, man.
And now a word from our sponsors. Jason,
Yeah,
Nevin Eyewear.
I love them, man.
I know you took mine from my car.
Yeah, I forgot mine at my house, so these are really cool.
It's okay. I like the Mavs better anyway. The Mavs, you get it, Mavs, Maverick,
Ooh.
Aviators.
Yeah.
That's my steez.
Yeah, I got the aviators with the pink mirror. Space Coast.
Yeah.
Space Coast is my jam.
Yeah.
Chicks dig me in Space Coast.
Have you bought really expensive sunglasses?
I don't want to admit it. But
I bought my share.
okay, good. I feel better
And then
about
you
that.
lose, you break them.
Yes. You feel stupid.
You usually lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes break.
It's heartbreaking.
It's rare that you can keep them for even a good amount.
Something
of
about
time.
expensive sunglasses
Wait, go-
and then breaking.
Well, for fans of our show, if you want to try a pair of regular sunglasses that are not overly expensive, we got the hookup. 35% off one regular pair with the code Hawk.
Whatever, dude.
I'm the provider.
Yeah, good for you. Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mind using that code as long as I get cheap sunglasses.
All right, cool. HAWK. That's how you spell it.
Okay, man. That's
Yeah.
good to know.
All right.
Or if you want to stock up, you can get their buy one, get two free deal. These discounts aren't available on prescriptions. So check out nevineyewear.com/discount/ for quality shades.
HAWK.
Yeah, for quality
Like the
shades.
bird.
Okay. Quality shades at great prices.
That's Nevin, Neven, eyewear.com/discount/Hawk.
Back to the show.
Stoked for Guy too.
Yeah.
He sometimes he doesn't, I don't know, he just doesn't get love from the judges. And then other times he's kind of, he's in the pocket, but he doesn't really place that well.
Well, I feel like he got bigger and he goes way higher now.
But I think it's because he changed up his approach.
Yeah.
Because he's doing stuff like he's doing backside tail. He's doing lip tricks now.
Yeah.
He's doing back lips, and that counts for a lot. I mean, they like to see that variety, even though maybe those tricks aren't as hard. The judges do like to see that you are kind of mixing it up and you're well rounded.
Yeah, I agree. I thought
You can see that he does a nose grind into a 900.
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like there's some of those where I felt like he'd done a pretty decent ride and he was running out of gas, and then he'd do like a kickflip Indy 540 with no gas in the tank,
No
and I'd be
speed.
like,
Yeah.
holy
87.
shit, dude. Not to mention, like, by the time he did that, he'd already done like 5 other 540 variations.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, gas tank is like,
Yeah.
I don't know where
I think that's why he would kind of get dissed by judges before, because it was just a lot of 540s.
right.
And
Right,
now
because
he
it's
mixes
kind of
it
like
up.
Ema, does back-to-back 900s. And I remember thinking, I think this kid's amazing, but you better not put him on the podium.
Right.
And I'm not trying to shit on that kid at all. I think he's amazing, but there's more to it than this. And I don't want anyone to get, because I know the crowd's amped. He's look at little ears and
Oh, I mean that definitely was the viral clip from the
Right.
event, but I think everyone else would agree with that he needs a better variety of tricks
Right.
to be able to get up in the top 3 for
right.
sure.
And if you compare like Mitchy Brusco's Melon 900, that to me was the trick of the contest. Like how high that is.
Or Kiefer.
Yeah, Kiefer's wasn't
Nose
anywhere
grab.
near as high. Like
Nose
Mitchy
grab is
Brusco.
sick, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. No, it is sick.
And Mitchies are so powerful.
They're just so that's what I give more if you can do a 9 foot
it's crazy.
Melon
we're talking about
900.
the multitude of people throwing 900s.
I know,
in
right?
their runs.
I know it's not a best trick.
Not in best trick.
I know.
In their runs.
And
It's so
I
wild.
like how Mitchy doesn't do one. He doesn't try one.
No.
He just does one in
just
his
has it.
ride,
He
and
has
I'm
it
like,
in the
dude,
back
you're
pocket.
a monster.
Yeah, he is a
like for
monster.
you that you can do that.
Oh,
and I love
what
his
about
switch melon 540. There, I
Varial
don't.
flip McTwist.
Yeah. Also,
No one does
didn't
that.
try.
No
yeah.
one.
Yeah, he's to me he was the best. Like where he did stuff where I go, God, that's not even the way you did that is so like in control and highest level and highest amount of like you pay dearly for that one going wrong, you know? Like the pressure it must have where it's like, okay, so I've done, you know, my switch 5 and I've done my varial 5. I'll drop in over here in the corner and do my melon 900. I'm like, dude, you're such a warlord.
So sick.
Like those things are so cool. And I was super pumped on the whole thing, like the way I just feel like not skating and like because I really told myself this that weekend I was like do your job, don't worry about trying to be a skateboarder, like do your job, like you're good at this and don't take any time not doing that, like do that. And then it kind of made me like look at everybody skating more, you know, like I think maybe I'm a little caught up in like don't get hurt. You know, try to do one good trick so you don't look like a loser, and then obviously announce. And I feel like that takes, because then I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking about it all weekend. Where I'm like, you know, you didn't even really skate that much. Like it's got a lot of pressure. Like don't fuck up, and don't fall off 2 times in a row because now you're like not on the mic and you're not doing anything. So that I'm not thinking about that anymore. I'm just thinking about everybody skating, and it made me like, I'm like, man, I've been in here for a long time. Look at that little girl doing that trick. Like, that's crazy.
That,
you know what I mean?
Mia from Perth, she did the 720 in a run. Her nose hit.
Dude, she
halfway
follows me
through.
now on Insta. I didn't know because I started following everybody, and I saw that like 90% of the girls already followed me on Instagram, and I was like, no way. And then she DM'd me saying, you know, you did a really good job, and now, and I was like,
wow.
really?
That's really
Like,
cool.
you ripped. So now I'm DMing some of these little kids about skateboard stuff, and you know, I love feeling like I'm a part of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this is fucking cool, man. Like, and then I watch them, you know, where they're going. Like, it's like, they go skate, like, so they don't even have to go to vert ramp. They just go somewhere, wee, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you little turd. You
So
know what I mean?
amazing.
You know, when they get in trouble, they do high-pitched screams because they're girls.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super, yeah. And I'm like, what was that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, was that a human? I'm like, man, that's, because usually, you know what I mean? When I'm in trouble, I go, fuck, you mean, hell yeah, or something like that. I'm joking, but there's always like a man cry, and it's like, and then
It's
they
like
also,
Squeaky Toy.
there's 3 girls that do, there's one song that played, and every time it played, they would do a synchronized dance with each other.
Oh, that was funny because when they were playing the music for their finals, I was like, who's on the DJ? And then I realized that those are their requests.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. No, if you were a dude and you played Spice Girls because little girls are on the ramp, you suck.
Right.
Like you let them pick that.
Yeah.
Which I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
back
was
it so
pretty
hard.
sick.
Especially when it's like Spice Girls, you're 11, but you are fucking annihilating this giant vert ramp.
Yeah.
Like it makes all like, oh, Spice Girls. Oh, and you're a girl. It's like, yeah, bitch, I just did a switch 540.
Or how about Lily from Germany? She did the indie nose blunt, like backside nose blunt, and then
dude.
she got stuck on the deck and just hopped her way in.
I feel like I amped the crowd for that one because I was like, I'm the guy that trick was for. Like it landed right,
yeah.
and I didn't know she could do it. You know what I mean? So she flew into the air, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, no, yes, do that, don't you gotta make it. Like I got so like I feel like that was
That
like
is so
one of my
gnarly.
favorite
So
tricks of the
perilous.
weekend. Yeah. I was like, you are. I love that shit, man. I love people doing 360 barrels in best trick contests
same.
for the first time. I back it so hard.
Yeah, I love that. It's funny
Yeah,
how
Sawyer does big ones, but I'm talking about the girl that made Lily that did one in best trick. Or she didn't make
she
it.
didn't make it. I was actually coaching her through it. I felt kind of weird because I was just on the deck to watch, and then at some point, every time she walked by me, I was like, I had to tell her,
Yeah.
you know, because she's making some crucial mistakes on that trick, and it's best trick. So I was like, you just want to kick it ahead of you a little more and use your back foot to get it started. And she's like, okay,
Yeah.
And then she threw one down, but didn't ride it out, but did make it down.
But
the wall.
she will make it.
She'll make it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually went over to, I don't know who it was, It was right when I went to the practice for the girls. It was the first heat, and I don't know who it is. This girl she's a little bigger, and when I say a little bigger, I mean not 8.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She's like a normal sized woman.
Adult sized
Yeah,
woman.
and she's doing backsidairs and she's dipping her head a little bit. And I was like, that's not your business.
Losing
And
speed.
I'm like, but you do know this. Like,
Right.
And if you do tell her and she does take your advice, because when I don't skate sometimes, I'll dip my head for the first couple of airs and then I'll catch it and be like, you're in the ramp too much. Like you got to widen
can't
it
get
up, like
speed.
step back. And I told her and she was like, oh, no, thank you. And then made her head a little higher on the next one and kind of went away. And I was like, okay, good. Because I was thinking, she'd be like, bitch, fucking, who the hell are you, But
I did feel a little presumptuous or pretentious giving them advice during the best trick with them trying to do these best tricks. But at the same time, I said, Lily, have you done that before? She said no. And I was like, okay, then I don't feel bad about giving advice. But if you've done it before, then it's all yours.
Look, you invented that trick.
Yeah, but still,
And-
I don't want to.
No, if she's already made it, then she probably doesn't
it's
need
just
your
obnoxious.
advice.
You know, people that offer advice when you're not looking for it.
Right. But if it's coming from, and this, you're going to like pick on me for it, but like, like I gave that girl a backside air advice. I am excellent at backside airs. And I have been for a really long time. And what I'm telling you, you're welcome. So you can be like, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, look, I beg to differ. If you want to put my one against your one, maybe you should do mine. But it wasn't like that at all. She was like, hell yeah, I got it. But yeah, I love that. I love that demo. But I don't like Utah. I mean, I like Utah. I just don't like that it's high. That's my only beef with Utah.
So, I mean, the Utah Sports Commission gives us so much support. I mean, that's why it's there.
Right.
Because they offered to give us support the first year, find us a venue. And now this has been the 4th year, and it's really because of them that it happens every year.
Right.
So, yeah, I'd like to do it elsewhere too. I'd like to do it elsewhere in addition to there.
Yeah.
If we can get that going.
Yeah, I feel like another one a year would be awesome.
I mean, that one was
or
rough
4.
because it came the weekend before the final qualifier for Olympics and Olympic park skating. So we lost some of the A-listers.
Yeah.
We all lost Tom Sharp. We lost
Right.
Tate Carew, and a few others. So
Yeah. I know you slammed, so you didn't go to my stand-up, but my stand-up
I felt bad. I
set
wanted
went
to go.
good. I had to change it. I didn't have to change it, but I didn't have, last year I had, I'm a headliner last year, and I'm not a headliner last year. Like, do I have 50 minutes? Yeah. And then that's it. That's all I got.
were there more people there this year than last year?
Yeah, there was. But what I didn't know or expect was there were a lot of skateboarders there. Like all of a sudden I see Bucky and I see Cab and like Frazier and all, and I'm like, oh, whoa, you guys came? I mean, that's cool, man. They're like, yeah, man, can't wait. And I'm like, cool. And I know it's not Cab's fault, but I have a lot of respect for Steve Caballero. Like, he's a legend to me.
You don't want to get too inappropriate.
Yeah, and I feel like the last time I was on there, I'm like, I don't have a choice. I have to tell this joke. It goes for 20 minutes, and if I don't tell this joke, I don't have any more jokes. So I have to do it. But now I do have like hours of material. And I was like, and it's not even that. It's the confidence from doing it a lot where I go, I could write some stuff right now and I could talk to the crowd and I could fill 20 minutes and drop that one joke that I don't particularly feel comfortable doing about a certain thing because I know Steve Caballero's there. I don't care if Stevie watches this. He probably won't, but everybody else can hear that joke and suck my butt. I don't want to tell Steve Caballero that joke. And that's just how I feel about it. I was like, you're going to feel like you're telling one person and you're not going to do it justice. You're going to like...
You keep avoiding eye contact with Cab.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't even see him, but I just knew that he was there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do it. So I wrote jokes in the green room about him. And then I started going a little hard and I was like, nah, like, if you're going to joke about Stevie, like, you got to keep it G-rated. That's the whole point. You're trying to do this. Like, make it nice.
That's the catalyst, right?
Yeah. So, and I was like, you can. Like, that's the difference from a year ago. I'd be like, dude, you can't do that. Like, you should just talk about, like, you know what I mean, how his dick's inside his own ass or something. And I'm like, no, dude, like, don't, like, you could make a joke that's not disgusting and it'll still be okay. And then I was like, yeah. And then I made a couple of jokes about old people skating. And I was like, those are all right. It's not like the greatest joke ever written, but that'll carry. And I did like 20 more minutes. Like, I ended up getting to the light and I was like, because I got a 30-minute light. And when I got to the 30-minute light, I was like, oh, I'm home free. Whatever I did before to make the 20 minutes, I did it. Because I don't have a clock or anything.
Right.
I was like, I'm worried when I see the 30-minute light, I'm like, I don't have, like, I already used because I want to leave on this one joke that I know takes like 10 minutes. When I saw the light, I was like, you did it. You wrote 20 minutes worth of stuff that you'd never done before.
In a pinch.
Yeah, in a pinch, and it worked out. And I felt like there's a lot of people that listen to the old radio show that still support me. Yeah, well, I recognize people in the crowd where I'm like, you've been to Alice Mania. Like, I've electrocuted you. You know? And
So did they fly from out of town to be there?
I think so, yeah. Which is crazy, dude.
amazing.
And then there's skateboard people where I'm talking to people where I go, I can't see you, but I've been skating with you for 30 years, and I know you're in the crowd. And I'm like, I know that. I've known that kid for like 18 years from radio, and I'm doing comedy. Like, this whole thing is like, I've got like people that I've been with for so long, and they're like, you're not a comedian, you're a skateboarder, you're a radio host, but you're doing good. This is good comedy. This is not so bad. You can keep it up. Yeah, like, people came afterwards, the meet and greet, were like, man, you're doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I guess I
Yeah,
kind of
you're running a
am.
venue. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really excited
Well, I'm
about
sorry I
it.
didn't make it, and sorry if it changed your act, but
No, you helped me because you weren't
okay.
there, and then I got to make another joke because I said, like, Tony would have liked to have been here, but it's past his bedtime.
that's that.
I didn't. And then
That would you could have used that joke even if I was there.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, Tony is here, but he's also
But he's
taking a
gonna
nap.
leave right
Yeah.
when I'm done.
And then I said some stuff about, like, you slammed. I said, it's not because you're tired, it's because you slammed, and because he's so old, he slammed twice instead of once.
Yeah.
Because I do remember you telling me that it wasn't one slam, it was two. So
I
it
was
worked
trying to
out.
avoid when I was on the mic the next day. I
Yeah.
was trying to avoid talking about that or the during the finals because I was just like, I don't want to make it about me or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Soya did the exact same thing and went head first into the channel
Oh yeah,
during the
and
event.
slammed up.
And then everyone's like, oh, you know what that's like, huh, Tony? I was like, oh my God, here we go.
That's right. Yeah,
Put that damn hole in the channel in the ramp anyway.
yeah, I had to worry about, because you can tell the crowd don't see you disappear into the hole.
Yeah.
And you have to. Everyone's like, is he gonna come out of the out
And
of
then
the?
he came out
And then he comes out,
victorious.
and everyone knows he's okay. But I was like, I'm like, you got to come out this way
Yeah.
and wave so
Luckily, I
that the
wasn't
crowd
doing it in
doesn't
front of
think
a
that you
crowd.
died. Yeah.
Fraser did say he's like, yeah, I walked over, asked if you're okay, and you laid there for a bit, and then you just stood up and ran away.
Did you?
Kinda. I mean, I just kind of was like, I assessed that, okay, I'm going to be able to skate. This sucks. I'm going to be in pain.
But you pissed.
So I just got up and sort of not ran, but sort of stormed away.
You bummed.
I was pissed, yeah.
Right, because you were like, I'm getting ready for the demo.
And also,
this is-
also in that moment, I'm like, oh, I could just go drop in again right now too. But
Right.
do I want to
Phew.
outrun the pain, or do I
Yeah.
just want to suffer? I suffered.
Yeah. Yeah, when I took that butt slam the other day, I skated a little bit more
Yeah.
after it, and it was like a bad idea. Like, when I
Yeah.
dropped in, I was like, keep, what, you're still warm.
Yeah,
like,
I only
don't give
do
up.
that.
And when
I
I
only
dropped
do
in.
that if we're shooting a trick or something.
Right.
Where I'm like, okay, I know I have a few more tries before this sets in. So
Yeah.
let's get it done. But
I could just tell that I was like, if I did that slam again, that would be nah.
Over.
If I hit my butt right now from that slam, if someone touches my ass for the next month, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
good. It's not cool. Like, when I go to the toilet, it's on one cheek. That's how it
I
goes.
remember those
I'm not
days.
playing that game, man. Something happened there.
oh my God, I remember that.
But I've never done
When I broke my pelvis, that was
Oh, yeah.
just like and then nothing works anyway. So
But what about
why
when
even
you
go?
finally get to double cheek it? Did it feel glorious?
Kinda, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but
You're
you
like,
can't.
"Look at
But
me."
you're stuck there. You can't make any adjustments.
Right. It's baby. It's not like I know. It's like when you hurt your back and you want to go to the chiropractor and pop it back in so that
But it's so frozen.
but
up.
it never
doesn't
get you
move.
never get to get the I'm good to go again. It's like
Yeah.
and you're like okay, I'm a little bit better.
Yeah, no,
It's not-
and now they've tense up worse.
Yeah.
My muscles around it.
Yeah, I just wanted the miracle. I wanted to be like pop, you're good now. And
I
I'd
did have one like that.
Yeah?
That actually made a big difference.
Yeah.
It didn't make me 100%,
but it was a lot
but
of
it was
pain
definitely
gone.
like, oh, there's a shift.
Yeah. I've had that.
Yeah.
But not like you said, where it's like, click it back and then watch me sprint off down the street with no pain
No,
whatsoever.
I was like 90, I think 97, 98. I was skating NCS YMCA and went to Stale Fish, and I did try to kind of do the rune, like tweak, and something popped in my back, and I was stuck
in the air.
in the air, and I was like, oh, I made it, and then I went across the flat like this, like, oh, and then I fell onto the deck, like I almost fell into the coping, but managed to miss the coping, so my trajectory was just like over into the back of the deck, and then I was just stuck there.
And your back was wrecked.
My back was wrecked. I couldn't walk downstairs. Like I couldn't.
For how long?
That was a while. It was for a few weeks, and I kept going to this one chiropractor, and then he did some really heavy manipulation with heat.
Yeah.
And I felt it move.
Yeah.
And that was when I finally started getting better.
All right. So there was like a pop, and you were like, okay, whatever the main thing was, let go of it.
Yeah. And he tried to give me a disclaimer too. He's like, look, I know you felt that. Doesn't mean you're perfect.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I know that. I still can't move. Like, I get it.
But a lot of relief.
Yeah, a lot of relief. It was just more like that was the start of finally getting better.
I feel like it's when you shift something in your back and then there's like nerves pinching and it's stuck in this spot where it's like, I am in excruciating pain, and then they pop it back. All the things around it have still kind of like
They're still on
tightened
guard.
up. Yeah.
They're still on guard.
But
for sure.
but the main thing has gone.
But that is the story of my neck. I mean, that's why I went to Columbia. That's why I went to Accelerator. It's because my neck was so jacked for so long, and that everything, all the muscles around it were always guarding it.
Right.
Always. They
How
never
is your
released.
actual like skeleton of your neck, like the bones?
I don't know. Like, looks like I've been in car wrecks.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
They were like this. There's like a lot of,
Yeah, there's just long-term damage. For
but
sure.
no like C4. Like you don't have like a blown
I mean,
out
that's
disc.
all in the MRI report, but
Right.
I don't.
But you don't have like a fused thing or. Because there's some guys out there that where they're like, I feel like once you have one, it's never over. It seems like those guys keep having to get those surgeries.
Yeah, I'm not at that stage.
Yeah.
No one's recommended that to me. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good because I know guys like 30s and 40s that have had it and they do not look good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's more of it's more of
Like it didn't help. It didn't help them.
didn't help, but it's more that it just gives them some guardianship. Like
Yeah,
it gives
yeah.
them protection
Yeah.
from making it worse. But because they do that, it limits their movement. I know plenty of people have done it.
Right.
So.
I don't know why we haven't got better at that yet. So no, I'm
I
talking
don't
to you,
know, but
doctors.
I'm thankful for
What's going on? You know, I want robot neck.
yeah, robot neck.
Yeah, you know, I was actually talking to your stepson. Was it yesterday or the day before? Because I realized that I was the one that was like, "Hey, man, your neck is jacked. You should go to Accelerator." And I brought it up a couple times, and now ever since 2 years ago, where I got knocked out in Utah and jacked my neck, and it never got better. Like it was just like there's something. It's compressed and something's holding on now, like forever. Mm-hmm. And when people bring it up, they like my mum when she stayed in town, she was like, "Is there something wrong with your neck?" Yeah. And I was like, "No, I don't know. Maybe not necessarily. Why?" It's like you just don't really like. You seem like it's tight, and I was like, "Okay, well maybe I landed on my head a couple of years ago, and since then it's been a bit of." And I noticed that it pissed me off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if every time I brought that up to Tony, if it pisses him off. And then Miles goes, yeah, I do like an impression on how Toner walks. And I'm like, yeah, I reckon that pisses him off. And he's like, yeah, but he has comebacks. And I'm like, yeah, comebacks because you're pissing him off, dude. And it made me...
comebacks, you mean like come back to him?
Yeah, like zingers on him. And I'm like, you know why he's zinging you back, dude? Because you're pissing him off.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm just stoked that they feel comfortable enough around me to make fun of me. Like,
Yeah,
definitely him and Katie go all in.
Just those two.
Yeah. They're definitely the peanut gallery of the house towards me.
Yeah, no, because he goes, do you want to see my toner walk? And I go, on behalf of you, I go, no, I don't.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, man. And I'm like, dude, leave us alone. Like, I was getting pissed on your behalf. You weren't even there. And he's like, you got to see it, man. And I'm like, dude, all right. And I'm like, dude, that's not how he walks. He's like, I know, right? It's so annoying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it.
No, it's
I
so
get
exaggerated.
Yeah, he walks like a zombie. And I'm like, dude, he doesn't walk like
At one point, I remember there was a holiday where we all imitated each other's walks, and it was funny.
I could see that.
It was when Miles was younger, but mine was, he just always had everything dangling from him.
Yeah.
Headphones, chargers.
Yeah, like the
he
Christian
looked
Osoy
it was
of the Hawk
tinsel.
family.
He looked like
Yeah.
a Christmas tree, and it was tinsel.
Yeah.
And so I just grabbed all the wires and just hung them for myself and walked around dropping all of them along the way. And then he walks like he's all stiff like
Yeah.
that. But then Calvin did the best Katie impression. He starts walking and just throwing his phone everywhere because she would drop her phone at every turn because she's always staring at it and not looking where she's going.
Yeah.
This
The
was
youth.
actually the most effective.
I noticed the other day that Miles doesn't like to smile and then he hasn't practiced much. And I was like, oh, I get it. It's because you're hard, right? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you're like, that's not hard. So like if you take a photo and you're not pissed, you want to take a photo, you're like,
Yeah.
because if you're like, that's not hard.
Yeah.
And you guys are hard, right? Like, you're running the skate shop, you're hanging out with your bros. Like, the homie doesn't smile, yo. Like, I got you figured out, dude. I know you. And he's like, I can smile. I'm like, well, then go on. And it was like, and I was like, what? And I was like, you know what you smile like? You smile like you think you've got bad teeth, but you don't have bad teeth. You're just like, you smile like a robot. Like, when they got the AI robots, it's like, hey, AI, like, show me how happy you are. And it's like, I am having a good time. It's like, dude, what happened to your face? It's very amusing.
One time Miles got a grill.
It's already funny. You don't even have to finish
Like,
the
we
story.
went to Brooklyn
He
to
would have
get a
been so
grill.
pumped too.
Yeah.
Just
And
white people, man,
there
they're
was
so
a group
stupid.
of photos. There was a group of photos from that time when every time he'd take a photo, he had the grill in.
Yeah.
But the whole time he's messing with the grill, trying to get it in place.
Oh, okay.
So there's never a time when he's just like,
Showing the grill.
or looking relaxed or in the photo.
Right.
So every photo is everyone's like, hey, and then Miles is like,
He's trying to get it ready.
yeah.
Oh no.
And you know when you do live photo where you're trying to pick
Yeah,
one
yeah.
frame? I couldn't get one good frame.
Because he couldn't get it.
Because he's trying to get the grill in the right place. And by the time he gets in the right place, the photo's over.
Man, you got the wrong grill. It's supposed to be already in place.
I never
Grills
got a
were made
grill.
for Miles.
I never got a grill, but you know the story.
Wait,
We already told that story.
you got a grill?
What's that? No, I got measured for a grill. I told you. that
Oh
whole
yeah,
story,
yeah. Now we won't. Yeah,
So stupid.
yeah, it is stupid. But you with a grill is stupid. You're just not that guy. You
No, I
know?
just wanted one to put on display, like
It's kind of like me with hair at this point.
to put on display.
Yeah. I seriously.
This was Jason's hair.
Yeah. Oh,
That'd be sick.
dude, I'm so pissed I didn't
Cut the locks
Somebody
off.
should have scalped me when I still had hair and then just put it on
Yeah.
like a mannequin's head. That's what I used to have. I would like that just to show my daughter every now and then. Be like, see this is what I had before you were born.
That would, you know what? Take note. Anyone in your 20s, maybe even 30s, like at some point, just take the whole head of hair and save it.
Girls used to say, I love your hair. Can I touch it? Like, you're so
That
hot.
would happen to Ray Underhill all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, people loved my hair.
Yeah.
I had luscious locks.
Moment of silence.
And seriously, so fucked. And now I shine, you know? Sometimes I'm standing there in the sun and I go, my head's burning. That's
It doesn't shine. You made sure of that.
I got a black head, so I know what it's like to be black, kind of. You can't stay in the sun as much. Thank you. I'm racist again every episode. Did you teach another person to skate? You sent a video, just real quick. Congratulations. It looked like you did a good job.
Oh, yeah.
He was safe.
Yeah.
He lived, so good
Wait,
for you.
are you talking about the kid that dropped in? Or are you talking about the guy who had the video saying, you taught me how to drop in when I was a kid?
I'm talking about the one where you showed me the video of him dropping in.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was...
but that's two.
That was Adrock's kid.
Right. That guy, and you also, another kid, yes, he did message me with you saying that you taught him to drop in. That's great.
Yeah.
But I taught Ian Finance how to drop in, and I just have another person I've added to my
On a drop in, you mean like on a mini ramp?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these people don't skate at all.
All right.
Like, we're talking...
But our argument a few shows ago was more about dropping in on vert, teach people to drop in on vert.
Well, I don't have
Those are the examples that I'm bringing up just because I feel like I still need to defend myself. So
Shut up, McKone. You got his back. I don't have a vert ramp in my garage, okay? If I had a vert ramp and people that wanted to learn how to... If you want to learn how to drop in on vert and I'm here, you definitely want to ask me.
Have you had any slams on your... in any of your instructions?
No, because I am... this is the thing. I'm teaching... Father Grind just got it on right now. If you don't know how to skate at all and you're older, that's kind of where my expertise comes in, where I won't let you... Like, you know, dude, like where I go, you're not ready.
Not ready,
Like, you need to do a few more things with me, and then I'm going to let you drop in on a little ramp, but I'm going to hold your hands.
Yeah.
And then if you do a weird thing and I catch your balance, that tells me you're still not ready. And then if you push on me less, I'm like, we're almost there. And then you do it where you didn't use my hands to make it. I'm like, okay, now you're doing it. You're on your own right now. You got me? I got you. And then I tell them all the things that they have to remember when they do it. And then they make it. So far, like, everybody that's dropped in with me has made it and not had any... The girl, Kim Condon, also a really famous, awesome comedian. One of the little lean back, what's her name, Skater Girl Slam, where she kind of leaned back, but she caught it. But as she was going, I was like, no! Like, because I saw her foot kind of being behind her butt a little bit. And I was like, please don't do that right now. Like, I'm getting you safely to drop in. But dude, you must be more experienced with this. These people are learning how to skate and they're dropping in, and the face, the joy, because they're adults. You know what I mean? They're 30s and 40s, and they make a drop in, and they're like, and I'm like, there you go, you got it. And
it's even more joy.
Yeah, dude,
it's
it is
more meaningful. Yeah,
they look like toddlers.
Yeah.
Like they turn into toddlers for like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna skate again. I can't wait to get another thing. And I'm like, when can we go? Can you take me to a park? And I'm like, dude, I got like shit to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, enjoy that one.
When are we going over the spine?
Yeah, like, I swear, like, can I move in? And then we can like go find Animal Chin. I'm like, dude, I'm not finding Animal Chin with you. I've already found him. You're on your own. Like, this is a skateboarding thing. You got to do it.
All right, so can we both agree that we're pretty good at teaching people?
Yes.
All right.
Look, man, I was just razzing. You're an excellent teacher. And
You got it, bro.
If he ever does that to you, don't do it. If you go, hey man, you think I can make that? And he goes, oh yeah, you got this. Ask me, and if I go, yeah, then yeah. But if he goes, yeah, you got this, and you look at me and I go, wait.
He won't be here.
Fuck you.
He won't be here to give you that negative vibe.
Yeah. No, FaceTime me next time. Yeah, show me your skating. Next time you're teaching
everyone,
someone.
You got this. Like and subscribe.